So, hello everyone, and thanks for tuning in. And guys, yes, it's Monday, where I come in and talk about the mental health piece. So, guys, I hope this Monday finds you all well, feeling good, and rested up after that nice weekend we had. Hope you guys had a blessed weekend. So, guys, on today, I'm just talking about the mental health piece as I always do. Want to make sure I let you guys know I'm not a nurse, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychiatrist, and I'm definitely not a psychologist. I'm just a young lady that comes in and talk about the mental health piece so you can know if you may need to go and get help for what you are going through, because in our communities we really don't really take care of our mental health as much as we should. So I thought I'd come on and make sure and make it a priority to talk about mental health and what it looks like in our community and how people are actually suffering with mental health. But for us, it's like we don't take it as though it is very important. Mental health is very important, that you take care of your mental so that you continue to take care of others. And that's what I always have been saying, because if I'm not in the right place with my mental, I can't take care and continue to take care of my family. So when I come on, guys, I'm coming on from a personal impact to let you know that mental health is real. And I know in our communities, we feel like, that, you can, you don't want to get the necessary tools to help you. But, and then we put it on the back burner, and putting mental health on the back burner isn't a really good thing to do, guys. We need to make sure we're taking care of our mental so we can make sure that we are able to take care of our families, do for our families. And sometimes we are burnt out. So we need to make sure that we're taking care of our mental. And if we need to see a psychologist, by all means, go see someone, talk to someone, let someone know what's going on. Or guys, if you have a friend out there and they may not know how to go through and navigate a way to get the help that they need, you might be that friend that they can confide in and talk to. And guys, if someone's coming to you and they're confiding in you, make sure that you are not telling anyone. Make sure you're being there for them so that you can help guide them through and help them and let them know, hey, you may need to go see a psychologist. You may need to see a psychiatrist. You may need to get some help, because there's so many different types of mental health that people don't even think about. You have bipolar, and you have the mental health issues. You have the emotional issues. You have the anxiety part. You have so many more different parts of mental health. And then you have the people that have been mentally abused, maybe in a relationship, or maybe just in life with a family member, or either may have been mentally abused by their parent by saying negative things to them as a kid. Because back in the day when I was a kid, it was no such thing as abuse, parents abusing their kids, because they spanked us, they talked to us, they told us, and they handled us a total different way. But now in society, you can't do things like that. You have to do them a little different. And I think a lot of times our parents just, we just knew things, and we had a better communication because we didn't have like YouTube, we didn't have like, we didn't have like Instagram, and we didn't have like TikTok and all those things where we can go on and meet people. We actually had to meet people in person. So when you're meeting a person in person, it's a lot different, I want to say, than meeting them on the phone. And you think you know them, you don't really know them. And then you also have the fact that people are meeting people online too, not saying it's a negative, because some people have found good people on the internet or YouTube or Instagram or TikTok. But I'm just saying, whatever you do, just be careful and make sure that you're keeping your mental intact. That's very important for me and you to keep that intact, because our mental health encompasses emotional, psychological, and our social well-being. So we need to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves so that we are able to operate and be able to do the things that we need to do and do them with a sound mind. And it influences your mental health influences your cognition, perception, and behavior, because the way you react to things has a lot to do with if you're taking care of your mental health. Because some people who do have mental health issues, they process things a little different than what you do. They don't process. Some people may act out. Some people may not know how to calm down. Some people may not know how to if you start an argument with them, they don't know how to come back from that argument, and they don't know how to come down and relax. Because I met people like that before. And also, like with my son, and I always say that he has the anxiety part, where he has anxiety, and his anxiety gets really high, and it's hard for him to do some things. So he has to take like a day. And I always tell him, and I'm not ashamed of that too, because I even do this. Sometimes I tell my family I'm taking a mental health day, and that day is for me to sit back and relax and just do nothing. And everybody's not going to have it that way, but I may not cook. I might buy some food and we just eat out or something like that. Whatever helps you so you don't feel so run down and burnt out. Because for me, I'm the type of person, I like to cook, I like to clean, I like to organize. But it comes to a point where you got to say, body's got to rest, mind's got to rest. And that's important, that you take some time out to rest yourself, rest your mind, and then that way you can come back refreshed and be able to do things and see things a lot differently. And your mental health, it also determines how an individual handles stress and your interpersonal relationships and decision making, which is so very, very important. Because if you don't have the right mental health, you may make a bad decision. You may not make the right decision at the time. So knowing that if you have an issue, first, guys, if you have a doctor that you see on a regular, which is your primary care physician, let them know, tell them, you may not need medication. Every time you go to a psychologist or a psychiatrist, you may not have to be on medication. You just may need to see a psychologist or someone to talk to. I can't determine that. Only if you go seek help, they can determine what you need. Each individual is different. They may need help in a different form or a different way. Now, for me, with my daughter, Karen, I took her to a psychiatrist, which diagnosed her with some things and wanted to put her on medication. But I was like, I'm not so good with the medication, because I don't medicate Karen. Karen doesn't take any type of medication. But what I wanted to do was get her the help where she can go and talk to someone and tell them what was going on, so she can explain to them what's going on and how she's dealing with some things. That was the better fit for me with her. Sometimes your family member or friend or close person may need just someone to talk to, someone that has a different listening ear, someone that's not a family member that may be able to tell them and help them navigate through some of the situations that they're going through. Because sometimes, guys, a lot of things we cannot process. And so for me, I say that because when my mom passed and we had her funeral, the thing for me was, when I was at the gravesite, I was like, it was time to leave, but I couldn't leave because I felt like I was leaving her. I wasn't processing the fact that my mom had passed. I hadn't processed that yet, but it was very hard for me. So each day I'm constantly processing what I'm going through with the loss of her, but I'm better at it now. But each individual has to seek the help that they need so that they'll know what to do in situations, because every situation is different. So for me, guys, I always share what I went through. So once she passed and everything, at the process of knowing that she was gone, it was like I knew she was gone, but I couldn't accept the process of leaving her where she was. But guys, I'm a lot better now. I'm learning how to process some things. I'm getting the help that I need, and I'm taking care of my mental, which that's why I come on to explain that when you have a great loss in your family, and it takes a toll on you. And when you have any type of loss, death or anything, it takes a toll on family members. And for us, it took a toll on our children. Like I said, in 2016, when we lost my dad and my brother within 3 weeks' time. But guys, I'm able to process those now. I'm better with that. But with my mom, it's harder because I don't know if I can say I was closer to her, but I had her in the home with me, and we would do some things. We'd talk. I'd take her to her appointments. And, it just was different. And I'm taking my time every day to process it and get through it. I'm asking God to continue to bless me so that I can navigate through some things in life, because we have to be able to navigate things and do things a little differently, because the world is different now. And so, guys, make sure you're checking on your children, because you don't know what they're going through in school. And make sure they're talking to you. Make sure they're not too reserved and they're regressing back into anything. And with me, I even have to talk to my adult children about things and try to help them through some things. But I also make sure that I agree that if you need help, which my oldest daughter, she sees a she talked to a psychologist, which is, she said she needed that. And so I suggested, we suggested, okay, let's talk about it. Let's figure it out. And then she needed to see someone. So I don't have a problem with that. I'm glad she's seeing someone she can talk to. She's not on any medication, but she just said, Mommy, I need someone to talk to that's not a family member that can understand my situation and talk to me and help me navigate through some of the situations I was in. So guys, I just want to say, don't forget about your mental health. Take care of yourself. Continue to do things for yourself. Continue to make sure you're checking on family members and friends. This time of the year is kind of tough for a lot of people with the holidays coming on. So make sure you're checking on someone, your neighbor, your friends, your loved ones, guys. And don't forget about your mental health. Don't forget to take care of yourself. And guys, I want to say, make sure you're having a great Monday, and just make sure you're doing some things for your mental, and make sure to check me out on Wednesdays for Wind Down Wednesdays, where I go out and talk about winding down and taking care of yourself. But guys, don't forget your vision boards. Don't forget your affirmations. Don't forget your prayers, and make sure you're checking on those scriptures so you can see what's going on. So guys, thanks so much for coming in. Have a great one. Be blessed, and love on yourself today. All right? Talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.